Sheila is a very dynamic woman. She thinks differently than the average person, and she makes you think differently. And that's probably the most simplistic way of putting who Sheila is to me. She's blunt, which you need to be in business because there is no time for fluff. And that's my personality, so I gel very good with her, and I know most other business people do too, because I've witnessed it in these trainings. She is just a very dynamic woman that gets you to think outside the realm of anything you've ever thought about. And that being said, that's what makes you leave here and go do things you normally would not do. If it's to be, it's up to me. I wake up over almost every morning and say that phrase to myself, and it came out of her words, her mouth, one training, and it sunk in, and I say it a dozen times a day when an obstacle comes up, a major decision comes up. Almost any time I have to make a major business decision and or personal, that pops into my head, and it makes the world of difference.
I think Sheila teaches you to think differently about things, to think that nothing is impossible for you. One of the big things that I think I've used is say yes to everything, that Sheila says a lot. And what that really means is, if an opportunity comes along, don't talk yourself out of it. Don't say, well, I don't know how to do this, I can't do this, I don't have the experience, I don't have the money. If something comes along, seize the opportunity and go with it. And then afterwards you can figure out how you're going to do it. And I think that's really helped me build my business.
Mentioning exact figures and company names and that sort of thing, just give me a specific example as to what you're talking about.
When I first started coming to these classes, I'm an attorney, and my business was only as an attorney at that time. Since then, I've started another business where we fund publicly traded companies, and that has turned into an immensely successful company that really dwarfs the income that I make from my law firm now. So I don't know that I would have taken that opportunity when it was presented to me had I not been coming to these classes.
I've had a number of consultants come in throughout the years who've been clients or referred to me, and then I had Sheila come in. And there's a marked difference between other consultants and Sheila. Other consultants will give me generic advice. I need to have metrics, I need to have measurement metrics, I need to pay for performance. And I asked them, how do I pay for performance? Well, I've got to figure that out. Sheila came in and she was very hands-on. Sheila and I worked together. We realized that collection was the problem. I knew that before Sheila came aboard. But we came up with the idea, or Sheila came up with the idea of hiring somebody for collections, which I was all aboard on. Though being busy running the business, I'm like, now I've got to interview somebody, I've got to put an ad out, I've got to do a phone call. Sheila said, no, I'll do all that. Another thing Sheila does very well is speak publicly about her experience. Not only is she a consultant, but she lived the small business person's life, and sold her business for a very nice profit, and has lived to tell about it, and it's a very entertaining story. So if you're looking for somebody to speak for your organization or a public service group that you're on, I would highly recommend her for that as well.